Throughout my life of watching sports, I have witnessed some of the craziest choke jobs that teams could possibly commit. I watched the Clippers in the 2020 bubble blow a 3-1 lead to the Denver Nuggets, while also with its two superstars having the worst Game 7 performances I've ever seen. It was bad. I saw the Atlanta Falcons choke a 28-3 lead in the Super Bowl, and then Tom Brady and the Patriots end up coming back and winning the whole thing. We all remember that. But what we witnessed today in the World Cup with Argentina against Egypt is honestly one of the biggest choke jobs. You can put it up there. You can put it up there with those games that I mentioned. Because I can't even really describe to you how this all happened. Like, Egypt had the win, and somehow Argentina comes back and wins the entire thing 3-2. Did I forget to mention that Lionel Messi, the GOAT, the greatest soccer player ever played the game? Argue with whoever you want. Ronaldo's my favorite player of all time, but even I can admit that Messi is the GOAT. Messi is absolutely the GOAT. Let's just, for anyone that wants to go in the comments, be like, no, Messi's the GOAT. Stop it. Messi missed a penalty kick in this game. He missed a penalty kick, and, some people want to blame speed for that one. I mean, I don't really care one way or another. He missed the PK, and still Argentina won this game. In a game where, honestly, everything was just going Egypt's way. Everything that they wanted, they got. And again, let's just put things into its proper perspective. For anyone that may not know much about soccer or football, if that's what you want to call it, it is a very, very hard game to score on. So many things need to go right in order for a team to score a goal. There's so many little things that need to happen. So many things that you have to adjust to and just kind of, it's hard to explain. It's not like basketball where players can score at will. It's not like really any other sport. The amount of technique and patience and execution that you need to score in soccer is completely unrivaled in my personal opinion. That's why when it happens, it means so much to the players, to the teams, to the fans. That's why you hear commentators going crazy, screaming goal when someone does it, because again, it's monumental stuff. That's what makes soccer such a special sport, in my opinion. Jesus, I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. It's a beautiful game. I wish that I could play the goals and the highlights and whatnot, but then the video would get demonetized, so I can't really do it. But all you need to know is that for the majority of the game, Egypt was winning, and again, they were up 2-0 up until the 79th minute of the game, where Argentina scores their first goal. And for anyone that may not know, soccer goes up to 90 minutes plus extra time. And that's a determined number, near the end of the game. And it could be anything. It could be 2 minutes, it could be 5 minutes, and even more recently, it could be up to 10 or 11 minutes now that we've got these water breaks that soccer has never had before. So there they are. Argentina scores their first goal at the 79th minute. And you think, okay, Egypt still got this. There's only 10, minutes left of the game until we get into extra time, until we, the extra minutes get put on. There's no way they could lose this. Right? But lo and behold, Lionel Messi, the GOAT, once again comes through for his team and ties the game after an insane sequence of Argentina getting the ball on the other side of the field and putting pressure on Egypt's defense. He's right where he needs to be, and he lets it rip and he scores. And the game, sure enough, in the span of 5 minutes, is tied. Now, at that point, the question becomes, okay, how much more time is going to be added to this game before we end up getting into overtime? And lo and behold, there is 7 minutes added to the game. And 7 minutes in soccer, especially when it's tied, when it's crunch time, when it's a win or go home situation, those 7 minutes feel like an eternity. But that's when the game really speeds up and everyone's just dialed to an 11, because again, you don't want to go into any more extra time. You're tired, man. These guys are running around all day. And when I tell you it's 7 minutes up on the clock, I could think to myself, man, this could go either way. Either team could score at this point. But I honestly thought that it was going to go to overtime. I thought at the very least we'd get, the overtime minutes, and then potentially it would go down to PKs, because again, both teams played, okay, I should say Egypt played better for the majority of the game, but Argentina, now they're on a roll. And when a team gets on a roll, you want to stop them at all costs. We saw what happened a couple days ago with Mexico and England. England got on a roll, and that was it. It was a wrap. But sure enough, in the 3rd minute of that extra stoppage time, Argentina scores again, and it's a wrap after that. Like, you could just feel the energy just get completely deflated for Egypt. Again, who played a very good game overall, in my opinion. But their players, again, it's one of those situations where you could just see it. You could just see their heart just be ripped out of their bodies when that third goal got scored, because again, they were not only a massive upset, they were the underdogs in this game. Argentina, the reigning defending World Cup champions. Egypt was the underdog, and no one thought that they would play that well against them, and they did look really well up until, again, those last 20 minutes. Unfortunately, at least in my personal opinion, there's just no other way to chalk this up other than a massive, massive choke job. Egypt choked this game without question. Argentina, as far as I'm concerned, did not deserve to win this game whatsoever. But that's what makes soccer so fascinating and so beloved around the world. Sometimes the best team doesn't win. Sometimes it's all about chances and opportunities. And sure, you can apply that to other sports, but with soccer, it's just different because, again, a goal matters so much more than any other score or point in any other sport. It's just, again, there's nothing quite like a goal in soccer. So yeah, I just had to talk about this game real quick because I was watching it while I was at work, and it was just insane to see the complete flip and just see Egypt just completely lose traction of this game and choke out the rest of this game. Shout out to Argentina and Messi, of course, for winning this. We'll see what happens in the next stage of games, but man, this World Cup has been so entertaining. I think we can all agree on that. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this game, and until next time, peace.